I'm in Ohio now, and it's May 20th, 2003. Today, however, on the first day here, we're going to meet up with Neil Mendrum, who happened to be with me when we had a Bigfoot encounter in the Catskills of New York. In 1982, we were traveling to the anti-nuke rally in New York City that year, and happened to continue driving on and had a late night encounter with a Bigfoot. Neil was one of the first people in my life to come up with the idea that the present moment is infinite. We're meeting here in Cedarville, Ohio, at the Williamson Indian Mound, and we're moving on later today, hopefully, to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base for the 35th reunion, 35th or anniversary. 35th anniversary of my Tommy and I we're meeting up for the 35th anniversary of the vision that Tommy and I had of the Twin Towers, the precognition of 911. Why Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, you ask? Well, it's well known that it's a well-known tale that the crash saucer from Roswell 1947 was brought to Wright-Patterson and stored there in Hangar 18 along with various other alien accoutrements. Whether you believe that or not, it's up to you, but it seemed like a good spot to meet and commemorate the 911 precog. And I told earlier, I mentioned to the folks out there that you and I were together in the Catskills on Bear Mtn when we encountered
1982.
We encountered something in the forest, and as I've read more and more about the Bigfoot, I'm starting to feel like that's what that was. What do you think?
We've been driving for a great deal of time, so we pulled over. Thank you. And we decided we were going to crash in some sort of a dirt road. We pulled off in this area.
Is the Bear Mtn National Park or State Park?
I believe so. We had sleeping bags in the trunk. Andy pulled the sleeping bags out. We started to kind of create somewhere that would be fairly comfortable to catch some sleep. Before long, we heard twigs snapping. Andy felt a presence. He became unsettled, and that kind of bothered me, so we got out of there.
I had that spine-tingling chill that I rarely get. And you know, it's just a presence. It seems very different than if it was just a prankster or a deer. It's a really intense, terrifying fear. It was sort of like the fear that you get on Woodward Drive. If you go back there, if you were to drive back there with me tonight, we were to go to the spot where the energy field is. You feel it. You feel the terror.
Don't stop thinking about the Sasquatch. Don't stop. He will soon be here. He will be here. Airier than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone.
Here we are at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, outside of Hangar 18, where the supposed alien landing ship from Roswell is stored. Talk about the armed guards and then talk about how we got in here. We actually drove a couple of back roads. We went through a couple of unauthorized fences and to get in here.
The armed guards, one was Caucasian. He was actually the more feisty, if you will, of the two. And we had to tell him, we used the excuse that we were Avengers, and we were able to gain entrance that way. And here we are. I'm a little nervous.
Because if you go any closer than this, there's signs that say you'll be shot.
No questions asked.
Do you think that there really was a crashed saucer at Roswell?
Well, I've been...
You've read most of the literature on it, right?
I've read a lot of the literature, but I would say there was.
Do you think that was a real saucer?
Yeah. I think, of course, there's a German technology, you know, that we're still kind of gaining an understanding of what the Germans were trying to do.
Right.
And now if it were alien aircraft, I don't know about that. I'd say it was man-made. That's my take on it.
It's the 35th anniversary of
The precog.
mine and Tommy's 911 precognition. And we're at Wright-Patterson here again, Ohio.
June 20th. Excuse me, May 20th.
Tightly secured Air Force base in the country. It's where the command headquarters of the Air Force is. That's where most of the records, Blue Book records, all the suppressed records, UFO research have been housed. So it's a big day for us here.
Do you think there's any relationship between the location of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and the Sasquatch sightings in Loveland, Ohio?
Well, you know, Ohio has the most Sasquatch sightings of any state, so, I mean, who knows what the connection is. I hope the date that the Air Force switched commanders 5 days before 9/11. I see right there at the end, he's one of the military advisors to the president. They would have had to have had the Air Force commander in on an inside job on 9/11. So maybe that's the Global Hawk technology. Good thought. We also saw the Global Hawk technology here at the Air Force Museum that allows civilian planes to be flown remotely. They probably had to get rid of the previous Air Force commander because he didn't want to go along with the plan. What do you think?
Sounds plausible.